Welcome back to episode 50 of the Uncleanables Podcast.
Here we go, mate.
5-0, son.
Here we go.
2 more to the year. Halfway to 100.
Ooh,
100 episodes, apparently that's when it all starts getting good.
Yeah? Should we start enjoying it then?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, fingers crossed.
No, apparently 100 episodes is when you, like they say, if you do something 100 times, then if it's still not working, should probably give it up.
Yeah, so listen, it's the countdown now, effectively. And eventually...
Just subscribe, otherwise you've only got 50 more episodes, mate.
And then we're off, mate, we're gone. Right, so today, well, how's your week been? Before we jump into that.
So today is Monday.
Yep.
Is the day we normally film. But we didn't film till the back end of last week.
Yeah.
So, what's happened over the weekend? I was at a wedding.
Yeah, as usual.
As usual.
How many
6 this year.
That's unbelievable.
Like, no more though. I said to say I'm not doing anymore.
How can you not do anymore?
I fucking had enough.
Yeah, but if you get invited, you've got to go.
I was just going to say no. Don't get married anytime soon, son. I'm staying at home. No, it was alright, but like, so for those of you who don't know, I'm teetotal. And I used to party with the best of them. But now, and this is no exaggeration,
Ryan's tenors used to roll themselves back up when he took them out of his pocket.
No exaggeration, everyone there was on the packet.
It ruins it, bruv, doesn't it?
So me
really
and Zoe,
so
my wife's 8.5 months pregnant. So she's not drinking.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
I
Watching her
don't
getting
drink.
on the ticket.
Yeah.
And she's like, mate, you're pregnant. We should just rack them up on the bum.
Yeah, she's got a self table, isn't she? She's got her own table. The only problem is she can't. She has to, like,
extra long straw.
You got to get a longer straw.
Yeah, of course.
No, so although like we had a good time, like don't get me wrong, it didn't ruin the day, but like we was on the table with like 12 people, and I'd say 80% of the time, no one's on our table.
That's embarrassing.
They're walking from the bar to the toilet, back to the bar, having a drink, back to the toilet.
Oh, that's so bad, man.
And I think like,
how bad is that though for the groom and that?
well, yeah, I don't know if the groom and the bride, like you don't really get a chance to do anything when you're the bride and groom. You're just like being pulled around everywhere, talking to everyone. So that I don't know if they are into it or whatever. But yeah, it was a bit eye-opening to say the least.
It's rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, there's this one fellow who was just walking, like he was like a predator. Like,
Really?
like if
it the
there was an
mirror in the
advert for
don't do
date
drugs?
rape, his face was on there, you'd go, makes perfect sense. He's the one that if he got caught raping someone, you'd look at him and you'd go, how did you not know? He was a poster child for rape.
I had a funny one, just like I can follow off the back of that. Saturday night, me and my mate was in a bar, I guess, stroke pub in Southwood.
Oh, we'll tell them what we done on Friday as well after this.
Oh yeah.
That was the other thing that
But following
happened.
on from the date rape geezer. So we're in there, it's about midnight, right?
Where were you?
And just in a bar in South Woodham, right?
Right.
And it's a funny one. It's like a pub, but it's like a pub, but it's like calling itself a bar. It's pretty cool. So we're there, we're playing pool, and we're having a few drinks. Nothing too major, nothing too heavy.
Bit of heroin in that meth.
Geezer walks in, right? Now Emma's wearing this like black top with like an opaque centerpiece, so you can obviously see like her cleavage. Geezer's walked in, and he's like stood at the pool. So he spotted Emma, he spotted my missus, and then he stood at the pool table and he's just like looking at the balls and looking up at her like that, just staring at her. And I'm sat down and I'm watching him thinking, all right, mate, that's enough. Do you know what I mean? Anyway.
Did he have his sunglasses like that short we done?
No.
Did he have his sunglasses on? No one can see where I'm looking.
No, he didn't have them, but I'll tell you what he had next. He had his iPhone on a noose around his neck.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm looking at him thinking...
Like a lanyard?
Yeah.
Like his phone on a lanyard?
Yeah, so I'm sitting here
he's
thinking...
special needs,
he's not the full ticket. No, he weren't special needs. He's out at fucking midnight having beers and that, but he's just weird. Yeah?
Oh, his carer's probably gone to sleep.
And he's staring, and he's just staring. Anyway, he makes eye contact with me, and I'm just staring at him. I'm sat down, I'm just looking at him. And he looks at me, and I just give him the eyes. I'm like, mate, I'm watching you.
Oh, fuck him.
Yeah, and I'm like, mate, you're next. No, and I'm like, mate, like, I'm watching you. And then he just looks at me, and I'm like, mate, I am staring at you. Like, I'm going to fly across this pool table, big man, if you keep looking, yeah? And then he stops looking at me, and then he starts looking up like that, and then he fucks off. He just walks outside.
That's predator vibes, isn't it?
I thought to myself, was you eyeing her up to see if she was with anyone?
Yeah, definitely.
I thought, you're creepy, mate.
Follow her home. And
Yeah,
like,
that's creep. So we followed him home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumped on him.
Yeah, jumped on him. How'd you like it?
He was just out for a drink, mate.
But yeah, funny. And then, so Friday we went to Ninja Warrior.
Oh, mate. We got some clips, which I'll see if I can get off Dan to send me. And
Yes.
they're quite big, quite big files, so we'll work it out. And we had an awesome time, didn't we?
Yeah, so I was shopping in Chelmsford on Sunday just gone. And I thought to myself, mate, it looks pretty cool. Like, I poked my head in there and I thought, mate, it looks all right. I know it's for kids and that, but I thought to myself...
We were the oldest ones in there by 20 years, yeah.
Like, even older than the manager.
Older than the mums
yeah.
of the fucking kids.
So we go in there and I was like...
The staff were well young, weren't they?
They're mega young, mate, yeah. I had to pull you away from them at one point. And then, so we went down there. Mate, what a riot. What a riot.
It was good fun. And, like... I put my watch on to track the calories, and it was there and back, and there was 2 courses, weren't there?
Yeah.
4 exercise per downward.
Yeah, 4 exercises on the way back
16
as well.
exercises
and all different.
in total.
Yeah.
We done 4 exercises. My watch was reading 110 calories burnt.
That's hard going, isn't it?
Mate,
that's a
insane.
Lot. Yeah, it was. Mate, I didn't realise how much my grip needs work.
Yeah,
I've still got the calluses.
Got the blood blister.
Oh yeah, you haven't you?
From like under my callus.
But yeah, and then we grabbed a little Nando's and a couple of little bevies after.
Mate, it was quality, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love nights like that. See what I mean? You ain't got to go out and get smashed.
No, I wouldn't go out and get smashed.
Do you know what I mean? It's nice. It's nice to.
But like I said to you beforehand, I wasn't going to come out afterwards, didn't I? Because I think sometimes I just get carried away.
With what? Drinking orange juice?
No, just like I don't want to be in that position, so I was just going to go home.
Yeah.
And I was going to come have a good time and go home.
Yeah, but we weren't going to go out on the boat.
I didn't know you wasn't doing.
Oh no,
that.
we weren't.
Like,
no, mate, we were driving. We don't get smashed, do we?
Well, it was just like 10 pints, like, and then drive.
No. Yeah, but mate, I'll tell you if it was. I wouldn't invite you if it was a session because I know it's just like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
because we don't really like you.
Yeah, it was fucking quality.
Mate, I loved it. I'll do it again.
Yeah. I said to Dan, like, just I'll do it again, but not whilst I remember how fucking horrible it was.
Mate, it was fucking grueling.
My shoulder's still not right.
So
I got some pain.
Every muscle ached yesterday.
No, I didn't ache, which was weird.
But
I've done something to my shoulder, like
Really?
I think where I was hanging, and it's like it's come out of its wherever it's supposed to be.
But you think as well, it's hard going, like especially on like the monkey bars and that. All your body weight's on one arm.
Yeah, and I'm
But,
16 stone, bro.
This is what I mean, but not even for a short period of time. Like sometimes you're hanging, trying to grab the next one.
Like the floor is lava.
Yeah.
And we're like refusing to quit.
But no, it was good stuff.
It was good fun, and then there was an inflatable course, wasn't there, as well?
That we all got blown out of. Mate, we jumped on there all like proper gassed, and then like as soon as we got in, 30
like first
seconds
exercise, the obstacle, and we were like, right, should we go home?
in. I was nearly sick.
It was terrible. Like, it was good fun. Like, don't let us put you off.
Yeah, no. If you're in and around Chelmsford, go to it.
If you're
it's
even
brilliant.
slightly out of shape, I wouldn't bother.
I'll tell you what we should do. We should have like a exterior cleaning championship.
Yeah, that would be good. See if we
And
can hire the whole place.
Hire the whole place, and everyone has to go down there, and then like you do the wall and that. But like at the end, we'll do like a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Or with water-fed poles instead of gladiator sticks.
Yeah, mate, that would actually be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And just smash each other to bits. Mate, that would actually be quality. Imagine all the tradies turning up.
Yeah, it'd be good fun.
Car park would look like a Ford dealer.
Trying to fucking organise it though would just be.
Could you imagine it?
One thing I found is like window cleaners and external cleaners just aren't the most organised people in the world.
Do you not think?
No. Well, I would just, not in a horrible way, but like most of them use diaries still, like written down
I
diaries.
thought you was going to say, like, I'm not being funny, but look at you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you was going to say.
No, like that's as little organisational prowess as you can have.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like there is some organisation there, but it's like the bare minimum. And yeah, trying to get 200 people into a room on one day.
Oh, mate, it's impossible. You just have
unreal.
to do a broadcast and be like, look, we're all going here. If you're going to come.
You got to pay up front as well.
If you're not, you're not.
Can't be hiring the whole place out. But yeah, that'll be like the Uncleanables year 3 get together or something maybe.
That'd be so funny.
When we've got more than 4 people that watch our podcast weekly.
I see one of our subs in the calf, didn't I?
Yeah, he did.
What's his name? Adam.
Yeah.
Adam. Yeah, shout out Adam.
Whilst we're shout out Stephen Rodwell.
Stephen Rodwell.
He's tradie. I think he might be a carpenter. I'm sure he'll correct me when he
What, he
hears it.
watches us as well?
Yeah, every morning on the way to work, like when the new one comes out.
Good lad.
Yeah, he loves it.
Right, so coming in, what's been happening?
So since our last episode, that's all I've really done. I've had no work today. I've got work tomorrow and Wednesday, and then I've got nothing Thursday and Friday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Even the greats fall sometimes.
Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it?
Someone commented on. We'll read out some of the comments.
I've got a job you can do for me.
We've got a couple of good ones. What's that?
Gutter empty, soffit and facial cleaning conservatory.
Why are you not doing it?
Because I'm busy. Mate, I'm flat out, mate.
Yeah, but have you charged my prices?
Yeah.
I'm not dropping my price to accommodate you.
No, because you done it a year ago through me, and they said, can we have the same again? Yeah.
No, but you done the gutter, and I done the gutter.
Yeah.
The one in Canby?
No, the one in... No. It's the one in Basildon. Anyway, long story short, he said, can I have the same again? So I said, yeah. I said, but like, you're going to have to wait for me to fit you in because I'm chocked up at the minute.
I don't think you're going to cover my VAT now. This is the problem.
Well, no, I was only going to give you 80 quid for the day, mate. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, big man.
This is the problem I've encountered now. I've alienated myself from working with other people that aren't VAT registered.
Yeah.
Because even if you charged the same price as me, which is, like, as you think, is a little bit higher, but we'll touch on some comments because we had some good ones about conservatory claim prices. I've now got VAT on top.
20% is a killer as well. It's a lot of money.
It is. If the inquiry's not coming through me, it is, yeah.
So I've got a job starting tomorrow. It's 2,400 quid.
Yeah? Oh, is that the ceiling you were telling me?
But if you was to bang VAT on that, 24 plus 240 plus 240, 448, that's another £500.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. But then that's the price. Everything's got VAT on it.
That's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is how it goes.
Like, realistically, almost all builders and landscapers and everything are VAT registered.
Yeah.
Like, if you think that job that you've quoted for, if you was doing that job, what's it going to take you, 3 days, 4 days?
About that, yeah.
So you're doing that every week. Maybe in the month you're throwing in another 2 because it's for 3/4 days.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, that's well past VAT registration. And then everything you buy has got VAT on it, so it makes sense for builders to be VAT registered.
Do you know what? I thought about this the other day. Like, looking at my monthlies, month on month, it's going to be interesting the end of this year to see, like, January to January, to actually see where I'm at. Because I don't think I'm far off VAT.
93k, I think.
93k. Oh, so I'm about 90 grand short. But anyway, it'd be interesting to have a look. I'll tell you what, I have got a question for the viewers. Please, I have just been asked to clean the decking of 25 to 30 caravans on a caravan park. Guys, if you can... So I went in and I just said, look, find out what the other geezer was charging and I will charge the same. Business suicide. Business suicide! Let me know what you guys think. I don't know what he's going to say. If she says 25 quid... I am going to be floating in a river.
Still though, right, I know I would never do it for that price, but when you've got 25 of them...
If they're close proximity, easy a day. I can do them in a day. It's a 12-hour day, but I can do them. You
could probably, I don't think you'd get, if you take 2 days to do 25.
No, I don't think you understand how close proximity is.
No,
like, if they're neighbours.
But if they're not going to be 2 metres by 2 metres, are they? They're going to be... And decking, you can't just turbo it. You've got to do slow, controlled sweeps with the fan nozzle.
Mate, you ain't getting that. I'm turboing the fucker. Mate, you're having a laugh. You're going to replace
them all afterwards as well.
Why would you need to replace them? It's composite decking.
Oh, you missed out. You missed out that big important word.
Oh, you talking about timber?
Yeah, I thought you meant they're wooden.
No, fuck that, mate. That'd take ages.
I was going to say.
No, I ain't doing them for 25 quid.
No, composite is even easier.
Bro, composite, maybe 20-minute whole job.
You could probably just fucking soft wash the whole lot. Just make sure no one's in. Just get your X-Jet and go in the sky. Let all the hypo rain down on it.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Yeah, no, that'd be good. But yeah, let us know, guys, what you would charge. Or I know that's quite.
Do you know how big they
question.
are? Because it's a
So if you
no
said
way you can quote it if you don't live. They could be 100 metres squared or 10 metres squared
on decking.
Yeah.
No, it'll probably be like.
They're all going to be roughly the same
30
size.
30 feet, maybe 10 metres long by about 1.5 metres wide. And then if they have a seating area, the seating area is a small table and chairs.
Call it 20 metres squared then, per one, times 25.
Yeah.
So
500 square metres.
622.
11 and 12 to 500 square metres. However, it's not. You're not treating it and you're not sanding it.
No. But you'd still. I would still charge £4 square metre.
Would you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it'll work.
Yeah,
like that.
only because, what's the point of having a rule if you ain't got a rule? I might discount that total value because of the volume of work. So if we was to work that out, so to call it 20 square metres times 25, which is 500 square metres, yeah?
Yeah.
Total, £4 be £2,000 plus the VAT with me. I might say we'd do it at 1,800 quid including VAT.
1,800. Right, so just
1,500 quid plus VAT.
So just easy maths. Let's go to £2,000 divided by 25. That's 40 quid. No, that's 80 quid.
Mm-hmm.
That's 80 quid a caravan.
Which I think's reasonable.
Which I think's reasonable.
But
as
because
well.
you've got, like you say, proximity, they're all close together, so you're not travelling job to job. It's all from the same person.
Yeah.
I would offer them a discount.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't price it with the discount included.
I see what they say.
I would sell it to them as £2,000 plus the VAT and say, look, if you wanted to go ahead, I'll do a discount. But that's just what I would do.
I think we've just touched on a fantastic point, yeah? Because this is why you need rules and guidelines in business, yeah? This is the absolute best example I can give you, right? So we've just looked at effectively a 12-hour day, yeah? I'm confident I can do it in a 12-hour day.
What, all 25 of them, yeah?
Because there's no block paving. It's just, I've done my mum's one in about 7 minutes. No exaggeration, yeah? It's composite. It's just plastic. It just, all the shit blows off and away you go. You might have to wipe down a bit of bird shit in there, but that's it. I'm confident I can do it in a day. So now we've gone from having a good day where someone might look at it and go, I'll just pay my day rate, mate, or I'll just have my wages for the day, right? So someone's good wages might be 300 quid. They might go, fucking yeah, I'm having rubbing my hands together.
Plenty of good wages. Someone's good wages is 150 quid a day.
Right, exactly, right? But now you're not just your wages anymore. The business is turning up and the business is doing a job, and therefore now the business is earning 1,500 quid. I mean, don't think we're going to take that and go down the boozer. We are, but don't think that. No, we're not. However, straight away now you've turned a good day into a fantastic day.
But this is, I think, the reason there's so much confusion with pricing in this industry is because you've got 50%, or probably more than 50% of people that are sole traders, right? And they're working to pay their bills. They're not working to build up money to buy something else. They get their £4,500 a month that they're happy with. Their bills are £2,000 a month, and they make £2,000 a month for themselves. And at the end of the year, they pay their tax and it starts again.
Yeah.
Whereas what I'm building, what you're building, is a business that's going to eventually pay someone, that's going to have to pay for premises, that's going to have to pay for more insurances, more like multiple people driving one van, which is our fleet insurance. You might need a fuel card, and all this stuff costs money. So you can't just go out to earn, even if you turn the sole trader business into a two-person business, so you employ one person, and they go, well, I'll make my wages and I'll make their wages. But you would probably lose money doing that.
Yeah, totally.
Over the year.
Yeah.
Because you can't just pay yourself and pay there's going to be costs involved. Something's going to break. I'll
tell you what, I've got an interesting one for you. Even today, a fella rang me and he says, I've got a settee and a single seater I need to get rid of, yeah? I said, yeah, okay, no worries. I said, I'll get rid of it for you. After the tip and everything was paid, I earned 90 quid.
Yeah.
Right? Nah, that's not a good time. That's not a good use of my time, personally.
No.
I don't think. It's not a bad one. It's not bad if it was more efficient. But when you sit there and break it down, you think like, all right, I gave you a bobby to help me lift it and bits and pieces like that. But then you sit there and you think, it's not really... Do you know what I mean? No,
but I think... Yeah, and this is where economies of scale comes into it. If you were a rubbish clearance man,
yeah,
you might throw that on the back of your tipper truck,
yeah,
and then go do 10 more jobs before you tip everything.
Yeah.
At which point, you might only be 90 quid for that job, but for the one trip to the tip,
yeah,
you have earned 400 or 500 quid for the day doing 10 clearances or whatever. I don't know how it works, but because you're not that business, you're not geared up in that way. You aren't benefiting from the economies of scale, so you're only just doing that one job.
See, your
costs are the same for that one job as it would be for, say, 3 jobs.
Yeah. See, I was going more to the fact that I don't have a proper guideline in terms of what to... So like, I know how much to charge for gutters, say. It's just part and parcel, nice and easy. It's almost like a flat pack pricing. Do you know what I mean?
But then I think that's the problem, because you haven't got that economies of scale with the clearances.
Yeah.
Like if you knew you could get 3 suites a day in, you could say it's this much per suite.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you probably just charged, like, I don't know how you've priced that one, but it's if you were getting those inquiries coming in because that's what you've done, you could say, right, yeah, to clear a sofa it's this much.
Yeah.
Boom. But because you haven't got that economies of scale, you're saying, right, well, I want it to be worth my while. Whereas if that was your bread and butter, like gutters is a bread and butter job, you know, you've got the machine, you might do 4 in a day, this is the price. Whereas if you if you weren't set up to do gutters, and say you had to borrow my gutter vac and I charged you 50 quid to use it.
Now it's not worth it.
So now you're going, well, if I'm paying 50 quid to use it, I need to earn this much money. So one job becomes more expensive because you're like, if I'm only doing one,
I understand.
I need to earn the more money.
Yeah, I understand.
But if you were doing 4, or if you own the equipment, so if you owned the tipper and it wasn't like you had to clear the van out to get the machine, like you could just like throw it on, we was in there 3 minutes, and it could sit on the back of the truck for a week. If you didn't want to run it down to the tipper, you wait till you had something else to take down there. Because
does make sense,
you'd have
doesn't
another
it?
job coming in.
It does make a lot of sense.
Because of the way you're geared up, you had to empty your van. We had to go and fill out with the sofas. Then you had to go drop it off because there was nothing else you could have done. Yeah. There was no room for anything else.
Oh, so yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Whereas if you was if differently geared up, etc., it would have been.
Yeah, it'd be slightly easier in your job to do that. So it's like if you keep the window cleaning stuff in your van and someone calls you for a window clean, you can go, right, so it's a 3-bed, semi-detached, yes, 20 quid, I'll come do it now. But if you weren't geared up for that and you had to come down here, fill up your tank, get your battery, put it all on the van, set it up,
it's a lot of hard work.
You're not going to just go and do it. You're going to wait until you've got a day where you're doing more window cleans.
Yeah, agreed.
Same concept.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, so if you're geared up for something, you can then offer that at a cheaper price. Not necessarily cheaper price in the industry, but a cheaper price than someone who's not in the industry. And then add that economies of scale over time. And this is where I think a lot of people slip up, is they don't. I've always been someone who I will invest in a bit of equipment, and I'll get the equipment and then I'll start hitting the marketing and I'll try and get jobs in for it to make it, a worthwhile investment. But there's certain things like the grass cleaning, I didn't push that at all. I just bought it so I can offer it as a service, and I just had it there.
What's the logic behind that then?
There wasn't any logic behind it, but I still done it. Whereas someone else might go, well, I'm not going to take on a grass cleaning job because I haven't got the equipment. Well, if I can get double the going rate on the first one, I might invest in it. Whereas I invested in it with no work. But that allowed me to then compete with anyone
straight
who
away.
had the stuff straight away.
Off the bat, I understand.
So I'm not sitting there waiting for a miracle job to come in where someone...
look at the state I've made. Fucking hell.
Dickhead. What have you done? Stuffing some shit?
I've gone down a tip, haven't I?
I'm not sitting there waiting for someone to say, yeah, I'm happy to pay you double price.
Makes sense.
For a job that's not worth double price, just to invest in a bit of equipment. And it was the same with the pressure washer. So my first pressure washer cost me like 400 quid. The surface cleaner cost me more than the pressure washer.
I bet that was the bollocks, that pressure washer at 400 quid, wasn't it?
It was rubbish. But
really?
I got 4 jobs out of it.
Yeah.
4 or 5 jobs out of it.
I thought about you the other day because your first pressure washing job took 2 days, didn't it?
It took me all day. It was only like a 2-car driveway. Yeah, I had to then go back and re-sand it.
Oh, you went back to... I thought you went back to clean it.
Because it took me so long to clean it. And no time to dry. I think I finished at like 5:30. It was only round the corner.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's clear. It's great though to see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great to see. But no,
that job. So to put it in perspective, that job that took me like a full day and then had to go back to re-sand it, I would probably have done in 2 hours now.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. It's interesting. I think it's always worth getting good materials and good machines and bits and pieces. But anyway, listen, we're digressing. Let's get back to the subject.
Just touching on that. Like geared up to be able to charge less money. Now that I've got the pressure washer van mounted and I can carry some water with me, I can now offer test patches for free. Not that I actively offer them, but I might do in the future, because I can literally pull up and do a test patch. And there's no setup involved. I literally get up, turn the machine on, boom. I can also drop my minimum charge. Because I'm not doing the 30 minutes of
setting up,
getting everything out of the van, filling up the water, starting the machine, doing the job. So I haven't done it yet, but I could effectively drop my minimum charge to try and get more work in.
I thought about that as
Maybe
well.
Maybe over the colder months.
Yeah. I definitely thought about that, because because I was thinking about that for my van. Not that I'm geared up around just pressure washing, but if I could get a pressure washing van set up, ready to go, like an exterior cleaning van, I think that would be dynamite. And
I'll be honest with you, I very rarely need to load anything into my van now. It's all there.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, and then like the shelving's got the spare bits, and I promise we will do the van tour. I will do it. The shelving's got all the bits on it that you might need, spares and tools and everything else, and chemicals. Obviously the window cleaning setup does soffits and fascias, and the pressure washing setup can do roofs, pressure washing. I used it today to rinse down someone's driveway. Just literally banged it on.
Easy,
10 seconds to rinse it down.
Easy.
The only thing I ever need to load is if I do a carpet clean.
Just a machine.
Carpet stuff, and then gutter empty.
Right, come on, son, let's get into it. What are we talking about?
You had a good one. What was it? What was the topic you said about before we started? You read it out.
Oh, did I?
You did, son.
Did I?
His production value is unprofessional at the moment. We do apologise. This is what you read out, wasn't it? A picture of a square box.
Wait there, guys.
And then my McDonald's order from Saturday night. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Networking and connecting with other trades.
Networking and connecting with other trades. So I do a lot of this. I speak to a lot of you guys. I speak to a lot of other people. I speak to people that don't even know I do a podcast. They reach out. I think probably because of the YouTube stuff.
Do you talk about it like outside of work? I hardly mention it.
I believe it. Dan's brought 3 people to the podcast: his mum, his girlfriend, and his cousin. No, you've started getting messages though, haven't you, from people like networking and talking about stuff, and they ask you questions.
Yeah, it's nice, mate. It is good.
And
it's nice that people actually listen to us and actually.
Yeah, I spoke to Jake Smout this morning. He invited me. Him and Darren are doing a meet up in Stafford on the 12th of October. I think it was the 12th or 13th of October.
What, Darren from PWS?
Yeah, they're doing like a little meet up.
Are they father and son?
No, no, they're close though. They're close in location, I think. And he invited me down to that, but obviously, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, good for me, but my wife's pregnant, and if there are any complications, I can't be going away for the weekend 2 weeks after my baby's due. So
yeah,
I had to pass on that one, but I was speaking to him about jumping on his live stream again, maybe.
That's good, mate. That's good.
I've met a lot of good friends from networking.
Yeah,
Jake,
you have. On
Jake,
YouTube, you met an awful lot.
One of my good friends now. Yeah, all sorts of people through YouTube and just generally reaching out to people, chatting. Pristine Clean. I reached out to him because he'd done YouTube back in the day, well, a few years ago. Back in the day, like we were really old, a few years ago, and he stopped doing that now. But chat to him every now and then, and I think it's really, really beneficial to your business to reach out to. You don't have to reach out to anyone in your area, but that is another good way to. Like I talked to Gavin from Rayleigh Gutter Cleaning or Clearing, I can't remember what the exact word is, but I passed him a job probably a job in hindsight I probably could have done. It was just clearing out a hopper, but I knew he was going to get up there on a ladder. It's 3 stories. He's going to check it all. He'd done a water test, so I passed him the job to do that because that's his game, you know, and you know he's my direct competition. I think it's really beneficial to be friendly with the competition.
I think it's great to be friendly with the competition.
You don't want to be arguing with people on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Because like, what are you going to gain? You know.
It's not so much that. It's more to the fact of, I think, get in contact with a lot of people, and don't fucking beg it either. Like just if you're talking to people, just let them know what you do and ask them what they do and bits and pieces like that. Because I think it does pay dividends. Like a lot of people that I've met along the way have reached out to me, and I've reached out to them and said, "Oh, I've got a job there if you want it."
Yeah.
And they go, "Yeah, no worries," and I send it over to them. And then sometimes you got to break the ice. Yeah. So like I broke the ice with a couple of people, give them a couple of jobs, nothing too major, but then obviously then they come back to me, and I know now. I probably wouldn't say comfortably, but I'd take an educated guess and say if I needed electrical works, my Sparky would probably look after me.
Yeah.
If it was my own personal house, and loads of little bits and pieces like that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a good way to build reputation. But I've reached out to a couple of people locally, and they just no interest in.
A lot of people don't.
In replying. So when me and Jake started YouTube, there was another fella who started at a similar time, and we made a group chat to like shoot ideas around, mainly through YouTube, but he was in Colchester, obviously Jake's the other side of London, he's miles away, and then we're down here in Essex. So I think it's Sam, his name was, up in Colchester.
What, your brother?
No. Well, my brother is in Colchester called Sam now, but yeah, I'm sure his name was Sam. And we're all relatively new to the industry. We've all been doing it maybe a year or so. And he just wasn't chatty at all. I think it's fair enough. That's not what you're on. He seems to be doing all right for himself now. Still follow him on Instagram, but not that I don't know his ins and outs of his business, but I just feel like he's not as far along as
he would be
if we'd exchanged ideas. I feel like me and Jake are a lot further.
You got to understand though,
business.
everyone's different. You got to understand everyone's different, and one person's idea of fun. Like you kind of said this to me. Like there was a school friend moved down the road to me, and I found out where he lived, and I knocked on his door, and he come to the door, and I went, "Is that you?" And he went, "Yeah." And we come down, and we was chatting and that, and I said to Ryan, I said, "Do you know, not once he offered me a cup of tea. I hadn't seen him in like 15 years, and we was best mates in school." And he went, "Mate, maybe he's just not as friendly as you."
Yeah.
Like stop giving people the chance to like knock you down almost.
Yeah.
And it did make sense to me, and I knew that before anyway, but I was just shocked, and I thought to myself, do you know what sounds like a fucking great fun time for you might sound like a pile of shit to someone else. Yeah. And you just got to understand that and acknowledge it.
I just think though in this industry, when you don't have to be mates with people, but to have like a business relationship, like obviously I know we're mates anyway outside of work, but if you got your roof cleaning job, you could come to me and say, right, this bit don't make sense to me. What do I do here? Or you send me a picture of the roof and say, access is looking a bit dodgy there. What would you do? And it just gives you that confidence to take that next step. Whereas you might have passed up on that job if you didn't have someone to ask.
Agreed.
And I feel like that's what's happened. It's not that he's any worse at business or worse at getting customers because he's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
But I saw him do a roof a little while ago.
Did it look like the one I done with the fucking wonky line?
He done a good job. But I haven't seen him do many more since then. And that might just be because he don't like it.
Yeah.
But it could also be because he's not confident.
I understand.
And the lack of confidence is from not knowing. The way you build confidence in anything is by doing.
Yep.
But before you do, I think it's really helpful to say, a bit worried about this, what would you do? A bit worried about this, what would you do? And I've done that before I start anything, I speak to a load of guys. I speak to Dave from AC Aquacleans. He does a lot of like specialist cleaning, like new build cleaning, so removing brick and mortar, and he's been a builder for his whole life. So he's got a lot of knowledge around that sort of stuff. So I had to do a graffiti job, my first graffiti job a couple of months ago. Reached out to him and said, "What would you use? What would you do?" Yeah. I've got a mate who he's not on social media because he just works for the company, but they do heritage cleaning up in London. So they clean these buildings with doff machines, and everything has to be it's got a name, something stone certified. And what it means is it's all like old stone safe.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any damage caused. And they'll clean the whole of Big Ben. Or they're doing this absolutely insane building at the moment. It'll be like 6 months' work to clean this building. It's all these little intricate pieces, and they might have to do some repairs and stuff.
What's a doff machine?
It's a low pressure steam cleaning machine runs off electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they only run to
Am I thinking of the wrong thing if I say like a wallpaper stripper?
It's similar. Is it
like handheld?
Higher pressure? No, it looks like a pressure washer.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's I think it's lower water flow and high steam,
And
high
obviously steam.
temperature.
Yeah.
And that's how it cleans. It's safe for old stone. They do a lot of brick cleaning with it. But I ask him questions all the time. So what would you do? What would you use? Obviously, his answers can be slightly different because they've got to follow a set of guidelines with what they can and can't use. But it's like, I think it's invaluable knowledge to be able to reach out to someone will have more experience in certain areas
And
than
also
you.
someone who's done it.
Yeah.
So when I done that limestone, which turned out to be not limestone, when I done that and I put it on Instagram, 2 people reached out to me and said, "How did you clean it?" Right? But these are people that are already pressure washing and doing jobs. And I thought to myself, it's so nice to know that they not nice as in they've come to me for knowledge. They haven't, because I didn't have a
No, but it's because
clue.
you've done it.
It's because I've done it,
Yeah.
right? But now imagine a community with like 500 of them.
Yeah.
There's no job you can't do because
No.
everyone in that group would have done it.
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, and
I think
it could
it's
be
great.
their first week in business and they've picked up this job, but they've gone out and they've done the research, they've asked other people,
Yeah.
and then they've done the job, it's come out well, or they've done the job and they've made a mistake.
Yeah.
You don't want to make a mistake just as much as you want to do well.
No, totally.
Like when I cleaned my first limestone patio, I fucked it. Like, I'm not scared to admit it. I put lines in it, all sorts.
Did they see that?
She saw it when it was first done, and I didn't know. So I've told her that it will just lift with weather. She never called me back, so it must have done, but
Oh, she died.
yeah, she could have done. They were a young couple though. Big house.
What did you clean it with? A surface cleaner?
Yeah. And then I hypoed it as well.
Are you not meant to do that?
No. I've done everything wrong. I'm sure I've done the edges with the turbo.
Mate, could you imagine if they said we want a new one?
But I didn't know.
There was no one to ask it as well, yeah.
And this was like when I first started. And then I avoided that for the longest time because I didn't want to ruin it again. It took me a while to figure out I'd fucked it up as well.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't until I see other people fuck it up, I go, I've done that.
What, how does it look fucked up? I don't understand. Like swirls in it, like you've scratched it.
So I done surface cleaner. So I went side, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it just looked like a checkerboard.
So
It's
what
etched,
marked it?
It's etched the
pressure of the water?
Yeah, it's etched, etched
mate.
the ground. And the only way I wouldn't need to replace it. I'd have to do, knowing what I know now, the limestone restorer sealer, and
Oh, will that do it?
so yeah, that's how you fix it. So and then that happened to Joe from down the road, JP Window Cleaning, and
Is he down the road, is he?
yeah, he literally lives on Eastwood Road,
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
He always follows the socials. doesn't
and he done it. Then
done
he
the
sent me
same
the
thing.
pictures. And I said, "You fucked it."
he? Well done, mate.
Yeah. And then he asked if I wanted to restore it. I was like, "No, I'm good. I wouldn't know where to begin." And that's how I then learned how to do it. And then he done it. I think he spoke to Pure Seal. He got the Pure Seal stuff, and it looked fucking mint
Really?
afterwards. Yeah.
Isn't it funny, isn't it?
Yeah. And then that guy wanted him to do the front as well, and he didn't want to do it. But like, and it's the same thing. That's put him off from doing it.
It does. Some things do put you off, I must
Yeah.
agree. But then it's health. I think it's healthy to fuck it up. I think it's healthy to screw
Certain
things up.
amount of mistakes is obviously good. What you don't want to be doing is pressure washing a roof at the wrong angle and put a load of water into someone's loft, because that's a big insurance claim, and you might not be properly insured. But etching a limestone patio is quite easily fixable
Yeah, no, totally.
now that you know. Or like you pressure wash a bit too close to, they have the little shingle, like a drain edge around a patio.
Oh, I hate that.
Pressure wash
What,
a little
you blow
bit too
stones
close to that,
everywhere.
or you blow a stone, it smashes a window.
Yeah.
Easy enough to fix, although it's going to be stressful and a ball ache. You can either pay, out your own pocket to have a glass guy come round or go for the insurance. The glass just needs replacing. It happens, and then from then on you learn, right, if there's stones there.
It wouldn't be an issue if you networked and actually got a glazer, because then he can come around and do it for free.
Yeah.
Going back to the original topic that we've completely fucking spun off from.
No, it's all related, my bro.
My boy. But yeah, it's in terms of the trades and that, I think it's healthy to talk and it's healthy to chat, and it's good as well because there comes points as well. And I think it's healthy as well. Another point is because even when it comes to DIY and little things like that, if you ever, I've done jobs before in my home with like electrics and things like that. Because like I was wiring, because my missus like wanted this sex swing. No, I'm joking. But like I was wiring things up, and if I'm not sure, I'll ring my Sparky mate.
Yeah.
And I'll say, listen, what would you do with this? And he goes, yeah, no, don't do that. You'll blow yourself up, or do this and do that way. I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Start pissing him off because he'll tell you the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, stand in a bucket of cold water, Dan, and put your finger in the socket. But yeah, it works. It works. It's pretty cool. It's
good,
nice.
It's good to know people that can help you, and then one day, if someone's helped you, you can pass that knowledge on to someone else. Yeah, hide it, mate. Hide it. Go on. Don't let anyone see.
I'm not hiding it. I'm just lifting
Hide
my
your
arm up.
disgusting habit, you fucking addict. Now go on, smoke it. I'll let you on.
Do you know what? Sitting here now thinking about the jobs I've done and the people I've rung an awful lot when I first started.
Yeah.
I rung everyone.
Yeah.
I remember I plastered a wall once, and I plastered a few walls
I
before.
nearly blocked your number. You rang me so many times.
Shut up. Don't be silly. No, I ring useful people. And I plastered it, and I PVA'd the wall and everything, and it just started crazing. So, do you know what that means? It goes like honeycomb.
So I needed to be sectioned.
Yeah, no, it's called crazing, and it starts drying too quick, and it starts going like a honeycomb, and it looked awful. And I rang him, and I went, mate, what on earth has gone on? He went, it's crazy, it's natural. He went, but you got to, I think
Is it sucking too much water into the
far
backboard?
too much, and as soon as you put it on, it's drying instantly, and it's not meant to do that. I can't remember how we rectified it, but we wet up the wall and we sorted it all out.
Hey, way up!
Hey,
yeah?
wet it up,
Wet it up!
Boop, boop. Yeah, so we just done that. So I just put some Central C on and that. And it sorted itself out.
Digger D.
But yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's good to make mistakes, but it's better to have people on hand you can call.
Yeah, it's very
when
good.
you're panicking. Because we all panic, man. Especially as we're working on our own. It's not like if you went to work for a firm and there was 3 other guys on site every day and they had the experience, you'd ask them.
Do you know what?
Haven't got that, so you need to create that.
You've never had this experience yet, but I've worked on site before with people, right? And things go wrong catastrophically.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot describe to you how, like, I worked on a building once called Palace Street, number 1 Palace Street, right? It was a Balfour Beatty build, and the whole thing was a disaster from start to finish. The insurance company actually blackballed Balfour Beatty to not do any more high-end residential because of this reason, yeah? And I cannot describe to you how much went wrong. Like, we'd walk in one day and a whole flat, every light socket was pissing with water because the flat upstairs had flooded. Brand new flat, everything done. We're talking machined oak floor. I think it was something astronomical, like 200 a square metre. And it was like it was like under that much water. And it's like, everything's got to come out and go back in again. Yeah. And you know, like, if that was your job, mate, that's the end of your road.
Yeah.
Like, stress-wise, you ain't coming back from that.
No.
And like, these guys are like, yeah, rip it out, I'll be in the calf. And I'm like, mate, how is this, like, now I work for myself, I'm like, how is this making sense?
But then it's not on them, is it?
No,
it's on the big dogs at the top.
But I feel like that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the more people you employ, the more levels there are.
There's got to be levels, isn't there?
The less.
Yeah.
Like, the guy at the top's probably just as stressed as you would be.
Maybe. He should be, really.
But then he gives shit to the guy beneath him.
And eventually it's
and
like,
that guy's like, I don't like getting shit, but it ain't my fucking money on the line. I'm getting paid either way. And then he gives shit to the people below because he's got shit on. And then they might be like the site managers.
Yeah.
And then that's why site managers are arseholes, but they're like, fucking, don't matter if it goes over the time, I'll get paid either way.
Do you want to, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
And it looks great from their house, doesn't it?
Do you want to hear a funny one?
Because you can't see it.
Exactly. Do you want to hear a funny one, what happened on that building? So they was all like, oh yeah, this is natural stone. All of the window sills and all the lintels are all going to be natural stone, yeah? Oh, it's going to be exquisite, one quarry and all this, that and the other, right? And there was a facade where it's like 2 faces. So anyway, what they done is they kept 2 faces of this original building and they knocked the other 2 down. So 4 sides, yeah? Kept 2, knocked 2 down. Built the 2 up to almost finished, as in outside. Then they started on this one, yeah? But this one overran. So they ordered all the stone, everything came, right? As and when they needed it. something silly like 12 months goes by. Yeah, right. Ring up, order the stone for the other one. Stone turns up for the whole building for the other two sides. Oh, that's funny. It's not the same veins. Oh, that's weird. Why is the colours a little bit different? Ring up the quarry. They ain't the same stone. He went, yeah, same quarry. He went, bearing in mind, we've been mining for 1 year.
Yeah.
He went, we've hit another bedrock.
Yeah.
And he went, well, what do you mean? And he went, well, we need this stone. He went, no, you don't understand. We are at another bedrock now. You had 12 months ago. He went, if you want it all to look the same, take out what's there and order the whole lot again, and you'll get the new bedrock. Bruv. They ripped everyone out and they put it all in again. Could you imagine? The quarry was in.
You can't even see both sides of the building from standing position.
I was just, you know, when you're looking at something in disbelief, you know, and you're like, so what happened? He's like, yeah, well, it all came out. And I'm like, bruv, seriously? And then another story, mate, I've got loads of stories. This site was like the Wild West. No exaggeration. It was like a movie. Then this is normal. This is out of our hands, but whole apartment completely done, handed over, yeah? We're talking, do you know what Gaggenau is?
No.
Kitchen appliances, one of the best in the world. Gaggenau appliances, dishwashers are like 25 grand.
Really?
Yeah, no exaggeration.
It's just wash dishes, though.
But it's like touch. So like to open it'll be there and you wouldn't see it, yeah? And to open it, you run your finger up and the door goes on hydraulics.
Really?
Fucking out of this world, yeah? All Gaggenau in the kitchen, you name it, this, that and the other. Anyway, car downstairs, two like Asian geezers, like Chinese geezers, downstairs smoking fags and that, and there's a fella with him. I said, oh, who's that fella? And he went, oh, he's bought the apartment. I went, all right, who's the fella he's with? That's his architect. They're ripping it out next week. Mate, they're ripping it out next week to do it to his spec.
Oh, mental, innit?
And I was like, why didn't he just buy shell and core, bruv? Like, I cannot stress to you the snagging that went on in these apartments only for him to turn up, smoking a fag and be like, yeah, rip that out. Mate, £200 a square metre on the parquet flooring and he's ripping it up. I said, mate, I'll have my skip there. I want it all.
Yeah.
You do your whole flat.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Unbelievable. But yeah, that's
what people with money are like, though, isn't they? They like what they like and they'll get what they like.
Mm. Yeah, well, ultimately.
That's what money buys you guys. So keep window cleaning. One day you might be able to rip out a floor for someone.
You might be able to rip up 25 grand's worth of floor.
Talking of, just quickly before we wrap this one up, I think Matt from Your Cleaner Windows put a comment on the last episode about Pyre window cleaning. They're the largest domestic window cleaning company in the UK.
22 vans?
20 vans or something like that. One person per van do 2.2 million turnover a year.
That's it, 2.2 million, yeah. I think that's incredible.
If there was, and I was reading his about section on his website, and he's basically saying when he started up, he wanted to go to, because they do like a mentorship program. He wanted to go to someone who had 10 vans because that's where he wanted to be. But there wasn't anyone. So everyone was telling him he can't do it, this, that and the other. And obviously he's built this incredible business and they've got an office. It looks like estate agents. It's like 3 desks with women who obviously answer the phone. 10,000 monthly customers. Well, they do 6 or 12 weekly cleans, 6 or 8 weekly cleans.
10,000 monthly customers?
Well, it's, 6. I'm sure it's 6 or 12 weekly. You can go on.
Mate, just pre that for a minute.
Yeah.
10,000 monthly customers, even at a tenner, is 100 grand a month.
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on, 2.2. He does 2.2 divided by 100.
Average 20 quid, isn't it? Roughly. Average 18, 20 quid.
18, 20 quid.
But then obviously you got to
Where is he?
Take the VAT. Mate.
London.
We should be lucky because his remit stops at the Dartford crossing.
So he's Kent.
So he does Dartford down to Brighton, across to Portsmouth, up to like Reading, just below Reading.
Mate, has he just smashed the whole south of England?
He doesn't go inside M25. There's a map on his website. Yeah, south of England.
Mate, I hope you don't poach my free customers.
Yeah. But, an extra 20-minute drive and...
Go on, mate. Mate, imagine you opening a branch in Essex.
Now, that's the sort of customer, that's the sort of business you don't want to be competing against. Because his prices weren't expensive either. But economies of scale.
Mate, how do you even become literally number one in the south of England for window cleaning?
I think he's number one in the UK, man.
He's got to be, innit?
That's what he says on his website. Biggest domestic window cleaning company.
100,000. I wonder, he must be in bed with people like Woodrow Holmes,
but what's interested, right? No, he does domestic. That's got to be commercial.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Redrow Homes build housing estates.
Yeah.
He must be in bed
and then people move in.
Yeah.
And it's their decision who they go
Yeah,
with,
but what I'm
innit?
saying is he must be in bed with them, as in to be like put a leaflet on every kitchen
maybe.
counter
Maybe.
when you go in.
You could probably be in bed with them if you pay them enough money.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So here's
Do you reckon they'll have like a strawberry vape and like a tenner?
Here's a couple of grand. Let me put a leaflet on everyone's kitchen counter before they move in. But
That's out of hand, isn't it?
what was I going to say? What was I saying before you interrupted me, you prick?
I didn't interrupt me, you prick. You interrupted me about his pyre. He's coming over to Essex. Getting into bed with big people.
It's gone.
Mate,
Gone. That's it. That was probably the best point of the whole podcast.
Mate, the best point you've ever made in your life,
Gone.
big man.
Yeah. All the good ones go, don't they? Gone.
Right, everyone,
Podcast.
thanks for watching another episode of the Uncleanables Podcast. We will see you soon.
We'll see you next week.
We'll
for
see you
episode
next week.
51. This will be like our pre-birthday.
Yeah, pre-birthday. I want loads of happy birthdays on the 52nd episode.
I think
by the way.
52nd episode we should just like eat cake on camera.
I think that's a
Like,
great
not talk
idea.
about anything, but yeah.
Yeah, we do like ASMR.
Yeah.
Mate,
No,
what
we
is,
should get a cake. We should get a cake.
what is with them Chinese videos of them women eating them boiled eggs and just sucking them up?
I've not seen that. I don't know
Are
what
you
you've been
joking
watching.
me? Is it mukbang?
Pornhub, innit? You've been watching?
No, when they do the food ASMR.
Nah.
It's got its own name.
I've heard about it, but...
Mate,
I've
they eat
never
like
seen
4 boiled eggs in one go, like sitting there. Anyway, talking shit. Guys, everyone, thank
Let
you
us
for
know
watching.
if you've seen the ASMR food.
And how many boiled eggs can you eat in one go?
How many can you fit up your bum?
How many?
Right, guys, remember, stay
cleaning.
cleaning. You bitch.